On August 13th, 1961, the Berlin Wall was constructed, effectively dividing Berlin into two halves, west and east. There are many reasons as to why this wall was built, but this project is going to specifically focus on citizens from East Berlin attempting to escape to West Berlin. One common misconception that many people have about the Berlin Wall is that it was built overnight. When you mention the Berlin Wall, many people think of the massive wall with guard towers and machine gun posts, which was very true for some time, but during the first stages of the Berlin Wall, that image is very untrue. When the Berlin Wall was first built, it was nothing more than a small stack of bricks and, in some places, only barbed wire. When looking at the statistics of East German refugees, it appears that the numbers don't fluctuate throughout the time period of the Berlin Wall. However, when looking at just escapes from East to West Berlin, you can see that the first decade of the wall being built, the number of escapes was extremely high, at around 21,000. Then between 1971 to 1979, that number decreases to around 7,800, and then from 1980 to when the wall fell, roughly 2,600. One main reason as to why these numbers decreased so significantly is, quite simply put, escaping became a lot more difficult. The Berlin Wall was steadily becoming better fortified, and years of escape attempts had given border guards more insight as to how escape attempts were most likely to happen. Along with a bigger wall, the Order to Fire was an order given to East German border guards that basically told them to shoot any escaping civilians. This order really started as early as 1948, but became stricter as the years passed. In fact, in 1974, Erich Honecker, as chairman of the National Defense Council of East Germany, ordered, "Firearms are to be ruthlessly used in the event of attempts to break through the border, and the comrades who have successfully used their firearms are to be commended." Generally, those who decided to escape had to rely on pure strength and a great amount of luck to make it across the border. Some made it successfully and some failed. While most of the escape attempts happened at the border itself, there were a few that were quite daring, but paid off. On April 16, 1963, East German soldier Wolfgang Engel stole an East German armored vehicle and smashed it into a concrete barrier while crying, "I'm getting out of here to the west. Anyone want to come along?" Unfortunately, the vehicle failed to break through the wall, and Engels then attempted to climb over the wall while being shot twice in the process. West Germans helped him through the barbed wire on top of the wall and brought him inside a West German bar to recover. Engels recalled the moment he regained consciousness by saying, "When I turned my head and saw all the Western brands of liquor on the shelf, I knew that I had made it." There are a few other miraculous escapes like Wolfgang Engels, ranging from swimming across the Baltic all the way to making your own hot air balloon and flying across the border. Some of these escape methods even included digging a tunnel under the border. In 1962, around a dozen elderly East Germans managed to dig their way out of Berlin through what was later dubbed the Senior Citizens Tunnel. 2 years later in 1964, 57 people escaped through another tunnel, which became known as Tunnel 57. It was the largest mass escape in the Berlin Wall's history. Although the Berlin Wall is long gone, the stories and memories of those who went to great lengths for freedom will always be remembered.